Good evening. Thank you very much for your company. Listen to the Sports Bar Weekender here on what's turned out to be an unbelievable start to the Premier League. Liverpool 4, Bournemouth 2. It doesn't really quite tell you the story. It was an amazing game. Liverpool struggled to settle in the opening exchanges of the game, but Ekitike got his first goal. Certainly, I know he scored in the Community Shield last week, but of course this one was the one that mattered. And went 2-up Liverpool early in the second half from Kage got the winner, but it turned out that Bournemouth managed to get back to 2-2, and Semenyo scored both of their goals. There was an unsavoury incident that needs to be addressed. The referee, Taylor, stopped the game in the 29th minute and spoke to both managers. The Premier League opener between Liverpool and Bournemouth stopped the first half after Semenyo reported being racially abused. This is a message from the Premier League Match Centre. They issued this statement. Tonight's match between Liverpool Football Club and AFC Bournemouth was temporarily paused during the first half after a report of discriminatory abuse from the crowd directed at Bournemouth Semenyo. This is in line with the Premier League's on-field anti-discrimination protocol. The incident at Anfield will now be fully investigated. We offer our full support to both player and clubs. Racism has no place in our game or anywhere in society. Will continue to work with stakeholders and authorities to ensure our stadiums are inclusive and welcoming environment for all. Coley, you and I were sat in the green room watching the game, yep. And when it happened, and it's really sad that you said this to me. We didn't know what was going on, and the first thing you said to me, well, not the first thing, you said to me, I bet someone's been racially abused, right? And we didn't know. No one knew. 5 minutes later, it turned out that was the case.
Listen, I'm bored of it. I'm just bored of it because now I can predict it, as you saw. And didn't know what was going on. I just saw the two captains were speaking to the referee and the two coaches were together. So I knew it was nothing to do with being like the two clubs going at against. Mm-hmm. But what I would say is I weren't surprised that it was someone from the crowd that was abusing someone on the pitch. And I just didn't want it to be racism, but I already knew in my head it was, because when I saw the last picture, it was Semenyo on the sides, and then something stopped. The whole game stopped. So I just put two and two together. Now, where do we go from here? What do we do to make things right on a day like this where it's so emotional, and you're coming out of your way to abuse a player on the opposite side, obviously, but you've got black players on your team. So what are you abusing?
Well, it's never going to make sense, Coley. It's never going to make sense. I don't get it. Don't understand it.
But you're going out
knuckle draggers. This is the lowest of the low. Okay, and at that particular time, it's not like that the game wasn't going Liverpool's way. We can only look. We're speculating at the moment. We believe it was a Liverpool fan that racially abused Semenyo, and we're still waiting for more of that. More information will come, I'm sure, in the coming hours and days. But it just goes to show we saw the very best today of what the Premier League can deliver. Yet still, there is an ugly stain on the game.
On the first game of the season. So everyone's supposed to be happy football's back. I know. And you want to come out your way and do that to an elite professional that's dedicated to his sport and just mention his colour, or that irks you. You're trying to get under his skin. You don't need to. What are you trying to achieve here? Like, just makes no sense. Just get on with football. Let's just talk about football. Why are we talking about the colour of our skin?
Coley, it's never going to make sense. Coley, we can't make sense of something that doesn't make sense.
But that's what I already predicted. It was that, and bingo, I was right, and I didn't want to be right. So it is what it is anyway. And then it's just got to be dealt properly by the Premier League. Make sure that, and I'm glad that they've addressed it. I'm glad that the referee reacted the way he did. I believe the way it was handled was proper. And Semenyo, I have to commend him, because what did he go and do? He just showed it in his performance.
He stuck it down his throat.
Showed it in his performance. Yeah. He was unbelievable. Like, what a player he is, by the way.
I know, but we're in a situation. I remember I'd done a show with Darren Lewis. It must have been 15 to 20 years ago, right? And we had this conversation about something very, very similar. And Darren Lewis said to me, players should walk off the pitch. And I said to him, no, you can't let them do it. And Darren said, no, they've got to. Do you know what? He was right. He was right back then. And do you know what? Semenyo and Bournemouth should have walked off the pitch. That's what should have happened, and it would have put a flag in the ground saying, "This is it. This has just happened. This is it." And
don't you think they win?
No. Do you know what?
Don't you think they?
I don't know the answer. But what I'm saying is, when Darren said that to me all those years ago, I didn't agree with him. I said, no, that will. I'm not sure. I think I'm wrong back then. I think now you have to walk off the pitch. You go. You throw the game into chaos. That's what you do. You put a flag in the sand. You say, this is it. This is what happened. This game is going to get replayed, and you walk off. That is the only way to react now, Coley. It's gone on for...
It's the first game, and it's going to cost the Premier League so much.
Coley.
And that's the statement, and I get what you're saying. But, I have to commend what Semenyo done, and if you can have it... Sometimes it doesn't go your way, even if you've just been abused, and then you go and walk off the pitch. That is the right thing to do. I understand.
No, for me now, if it goes you walk off,
way,
you go, you disappear and say, no, and everyone walks off.
Semenyo goes on to have a brilliant game, after that. So
he does, Coley, right? And credit to him.
Yeah, credit to him.
Credit to him. But when is it? How are we ever going to change?
It's not going to change.
What's going to happen? When is it going to change? How is it going to change? Unless someone makes a stand and says, "This, I've had enough. This has gone on for two."
It's the people.
It's ridiculous.
You know what? It's the people around the person sending the abuse. They got to sort it out. They, like, as a human being, if I hear you or you hear me saying something wrong, you got to call me out for it. Say, hold on a minute. What are you doing? Like, us as a human race have to be responsible for each other's actions sometimes. Because if I'm seeing something that's wrong, I've got to call it out. I've got to come to the aid of another human being that's being abused. It's the right thing to do. But if you don't say nothing, you're just as bad as them. And you hear it, you're just as bad as them. You're condoning it.
It's hard, isn't it, Colin?
It is, but it is what it is. And we just got to be responsible for each other as human beings. I've got to say, we can't always go to the authorities, because the authorities, most of the time, they don't care anyway, because it's not them. So we got to be responsible for ourselves as human beings. That's it.
Unfortunately, what was a brilliant Premier League game, in the opening game of what's going to be, I'm sure, a very amazing Premier League season. Unfortunately, the stain on it was that there was some racial incident that was reported to Anthony Taylor Semenyo was racially abused. We will let you know more as and when it comes, but the Premier League have issued a statement, and when that comes out, we will we will let you know. Keep the calls coming, please, gang. 03717 22 It's the opening day of the Premier League season. Liverpool 4, Bournemouth 2. That doesn't tell the whole story. The incidents were aplenty. Liverpool going 2 up weren't particularly great. Bournemouth coming back, and late goals from Chiesa and Salah ensured the league champions won their first game of their defence. Keep them coming. 03717 22 33
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.